This demonstration, we're just going to ensure that Exchange has been installed correctly. So there's a couple of things to check, just as our post-installation checks. First thing I'm going to have a look at here is just to ensure that all of my Exchange services have started up. So what we'll do into our admin tools, just find services and just have a look for the Exchange services themselves. So I'll move this across a little bit, just scroll down. We can see various Exchange services have started up. Now, depending on what you've installed will depend on really what you've got within here. Now, we can have a look at the description of all of these by scrolling on a little bit further as well. So, for example, if we move down, we've got our various services, and the one I'm interested in here is the System Attendant. So, as we can see, forwards directly lookups to the Global Catalog service for Legacy Outlook. We could have a look at things like our Mailbox Assistance or Mailbox Submission. We can see that scrolling over here, submits messages to the mailbox server. So if this service wasn't up and running, we're not sending email messages anywhere. So anything automatic should be started. Next thing to look at is the Exchange setup logs. So in my C drive, into Exchange setup logs, and have a look at my setup log itself. We'll just scroll right down to the bottom of this. We should find that Exchange has set up here. Some changes have been made, but if I was having problems, I'd be looking for error messages within there. So I'm happy with that. Next thing to check is going to be the program files themselves. So into program files, into Microsoft, Exchange Server, version 14, and we can see various folder locations. So the bin folder, for example, this one here, contains all applications and extensions that we need to manage the Exchange server, such as the Exchange Management Console. Client Access folder is responsible for configuration files for the Client Access Server role. Exchange Offline Address Book contains all config files and the Exchange Offline Address Book files that Exchange Web Services makes available. Group Metrics contains all the information about distribution groups and distribution group membership that MailTip users use. Logging folder has all the various log files for the Exchange organization. The Mailbox folder has all the schema files, DLL files, database files, and database log files that are used by the mailbox databases and public folder databases. Into the public folder here, we have several DLL and XML files used by the Exchange organization. The remote scripts contains a single script for the Exchange Management Console. Scripts folder has all the various PowerShell scripts that we use to modify our Exchange organization, but to also do scripted tasks. Setup folder has all the XML files and config files and data used by the Exchange organization. The Hub Transport server is represented by the transport roles, so we have the queues folders in there, and then the working folder, for all intents and purposes, is actually blank. So I'm happy with all the files. The file structure is in place based off the roles that I installed, so we'll close this thing down now as well. So the next thing to do is just kick off our Exchange admin tools. So into all programs, Microsoft Exchange Server, and into my Microsoft Exchange Management Console. This will take a little while for this to load up first time. So what I'll do here is I'll just pause the screen while it goes through its various refreshes. Okay, everything's now refreshed, so we can expand up all of these little crosses here. Click on my Microsoft Exchange on-premises, and what we'll see here is just connecting through to my server. What we can now see is we've got our organizational summary, server summary, and recipient summary, really just summarizing these various little tabs here that we have here. So organization configuration gives me global settings across the entire Exchange organization. Server configuration is specific server configuration for the various Exchange servers I'll have intact. And my recipient configuration has all of the mailboxes that we send mail to, receive mail from internally within our organization. So I'll just click on Mailbox and wait for it to refresh the list of users that I have already set up. We can see here various users. We've got Axel sitting down here, for example. We've got Franz, and if we scroll down the list, we can see a number of different users. So the next thing I'll need to do here really is just send some emails backwards and forwards, just to ensure that the mail service is up and running and everything's happy. So thanks for watching this demonstration. That's it.